game. First player to 11 points. Should we get to 10 all, the first player 2 points clear. We change service every 2 points. Service just drifts a little bit long, and Sun Yingsha seizes the opportunity. So now the change of service. Sequence of 2 serves to come from Sun Yingsha. Forehand topspin played down the line along the parallel. Of course, that gives the player minimal time to react. Some quite innovative serving action from Miyu KATO. See what she does this time. Well, the service is to be a little bit tighter. The distance from that just a little bit high, and well, and frankly far too long. I think much better go into orthodox technique, because Sun Yingsha will be able to keep the ball on the table, I'm sure, much longer in the rallies than Miyu KATO. So Sun Yingsha leading 5-1. So 2 serves to come. Sun Yingsha not doing anything special, she just keeps the ball on the table, forces the errors. That's the first mistake she's made. And she might have a wide variety of services, but not causing Sun Yingsha any problems whatsoever. I think for Miyu KATO, go back to basics. Well done, young lady. Very delicate return of service, and forced Sun Yingsha back from the table, and she kept her back from the table very sensibly. She kept playing down the backhand, not going across to the forehand. Play to the forehand while a counter topspin might have arrived. In terms of the Romanian team, they lost 3-0 yesterday to China. They're the bronze medalists. And of course, they'll be here later this evening to receive their bronze medal. Presentations being made at the end of our finals. And there we are. That's the first game goes the way of Sun Yingsha. It goes away Sun Yingsha 11-4. And a very, very comprehensive performance advice from Takashi Watanabe. And some way he has to inject some confidence into his player. And I really think that these varieties of service are not really going to work against Sun Yingsha. I think she has to go back to the basics. Short serve, maybe just now and again the half-long serve. That is a service that would bounce at your opponent's side, second bounce on the white line if they didn't hit it. And I think that is the sensible way to go, because Sun Yingsha has the answers. Quite intense from Yansen. First time I saw him play was 1996 in Tianjin in the ITTF World Tour Grand Finals. He partnered Wang Li Chin. They played Jor Groskov and Vladimir Samsonov in the final, and they blew the European pair away. And of course, little did we know at the time we were witnessing future world and Olympic champions. So, we're ready to go. It's be Sun Yingsha to serve, and she leads by 1-0. Well, wait and see coach Takashi Watanabe on his feet. It's only 1-1. So, better start this game than in the first for Miyu KATO. She leads 2-1. Let's see what variety of serve she comes up with this time. Top spin service, but made a mistake. So Sun Yingsha serving. She trails 1-3. Oh, now we've had some disputes in recent times about sides and edges, but it's been claimed as the edge, so no question. So we're level at 3-all. Counter top spin, the ball just flies long. Oh dear, service just too long. So, Sun Yingsha serving, 2 serves to come, we level at 4-all. Well anticipated by Miyu KATO. So I'm going to serve from the middle of the table. And the reasons for that is it will cut out the angles that Sun Yingsha can achieve. So one service left in the sequence of two. New KATO leads 6-5. Back level at 6-all. Very short, quick, efficient strokes of Yingsha. So we're level at 6-all. Service changes. Is Yingsha to serve. Yingsha very, very quick, very fast, and that's not only in her footwork, but the speed at which she attacks the ball, always at the peak of the bounce. Topspin just a little weak. Maybe I'm being hypercritical from my KATO, but thank you very much, says Yingsha. So 6-9. A little respite. No anticipated the receiver service from KATO. Service was just that little bit long, and KATO pounced. Miyu gets ready. Weak return of service, but she escaped. Very rare unforced error from Yingsha. That was an absolute gift. So it's 9-all. And it will be KATO to serve. Service long, and Yingsha pounced immediately. So 9-10. It's 1 game point for 2 games to the lead. The opportunity, well, it wasn't taken by Yingsha. He was just a little surprised there. He was a little negative on the receiver service. And KATO took the opportunity. Oh, credit to Japan. So it's 10-all, alternate serves, first player 2 points clear. Yes, a chance for KATO. Now, having really in the first game not been at the races, if she can take this point, who knows what is to come. So 11-10, KATO serving. I'm just not so sure about these serves that just tend to be a little bit long, fine, but I think maybe just now and again go back to some basics. So it's 11 all, Sun Yingsha to serve. Again, the anticipation shown by Maya KATO, excellent. So now she has a second chance to level matters. So moving to the centre of the table, maybe even slightly to the forehand. Backhand goes long, and you can hear from the Japanese supporters in the crowd, members of the support team, who clinches that game. It goes the way of Maya KATO. It goes with Maya KATO 13-11. Changing fortunes was from Yingsha. Little discussion. And no doubt was from Wang Manyu as well. There's advice coming from all areas. And of course, these days in table tennis matches, when it's a team event, all members of the team are allowed to give advice. And of course, there's nothing to stop that being given actually when play is in progress. Eye drops then. So there we see the score. First game for Sun Yingsha 11-4, second to Maya KATO 13-11. Of course, the final, it's should it go the full distance, it would be 5 matches. First team to get to 3 matches. So here we go with start of the third game. It's 1 game all. It's Maya KATO to serve. So first 2 points against the service go to Sun Yingsha. Just the start that she needed. Quite unusual, 3 points played and the server hasn't won one of them. So the sequence is broken. So trading 1-3. Maya KATO, 2 serves to go. So just as in the first game, Sun Yingsha makes the better start. There's a theory that once a Chinese player gets a commanding lead, then they just go from strength to strength. They relax a little bit more. Their technique is so good. Well, let's see if Maya KATO can stem the tide. So I think we had 7-1 in the first game to Sun Yingsha, if I remember rightly. Now very much in control. The feature of Sun Yingsha's play is a very, very short, typically Asian style, very efficient strokes that also had absolute superb balance. Mistake. Strong backhand. Well, from 7-1 down, she's now come back to 8-5 down. A splendid recovery. And I'm thinking that we might have a timeout from China. Yes, going back for advice. Now, just to explain this, a timeout, a player or a coach, they can take a 1-minute timeout per each table tennis match, give advice and maybe stem the tide of somebody who's making a recovery. And I'm sure it was Mr. Jansen who made that decision. Left-handed topspin player. Certainly making his point clear. And after not the very best of starts in this game, KATO finding some answers. So players called to order. So KATO serving. She trails 5-8. And she's come back to 6-8. Now, how crucial could that point be? So, Sun Yingsha is now serving at 9-6. And that takes us to 10-6. 4 game points for a 2-games-to-1 lead for Sun Yingsha. Forehand flies long, a little bit of a slap, was that, rather than a cultured topspin. So 10-11-6 for Sun Yingsha. She leads by 2-games-to-1. So back for more advice. You must be a little bit more pleased, Mr. Jansen. Left-handed player, penhole grip, and superb at the art of a variety of difficult spin services and a strong first ball. And for a right-hander, in doubles, well, he was absolutely the ideal partner. So there we see it's Sun Yingsha. Took the first game 11-4, lost the second 11-13, then took the third 11-6. She's one game away from giving China the perfect start, or conversely, can KATO now form a recovery? So the local spectators in Riva del Garda enjoying the fair. Certainly in this splendid state-of-the-art venue, we've all been made very, very welcome here in northern Italy. So we're just about ready to go. According to my maths, it should be Sun Yingsha to serve. So executed the first attack very, very quickly. And this was sure a feature of Chinese table tennis. The first attack played very, very quickly, gives the opponent minimal time to react. Again, at the top of the bounce, peak of the bounce. There we have the Italian team. They finished further down the list, and we look forward to seeing them tomorrow when we have the individual events commence. I think maybe we need a timeout, do we, from Japan? Yeah, I think KATO sent the very, very clear message to her coach Takashi Watanabe that I've made the worst possible start to this fourth game. Time to take a break and let's just review the situation. I think they're just a little bit rushing. I wouldn't say panic, but the way that Sun Yingsha had made those first attacks, then it had sent a very, very clear message. So Jansen giving advice, just do this, and what's the problem? Look at his face. Just do as I tell you and you'll be fine. I think that is the Czech Republic team. So here we go. It will be KATO serving, and she's 3-love down. Very pleasant young lady to meet is KATO, and I do admire her spirit when she plays table tennis. Certainly is a very, very positive approach. Okay, the ball went long, but for me, she did exactly the right thing, and that sometimes happens. The coach will give the advice, and for whatever reason, not quite in position, or the hand's not quite working correctly, she misses. But, positive approach reaps dividends. Tempted backhand down the line, down the parallel. Again, I would suggest that is exactly the right tactic, but just not quite executed to perfection. So 3-4. first topspin from Sun Yingsha. Not only was the spin on the ball to be applauded, but the direction was absolutely perfect. So that strong backhand. Sun Yingsha now leads 6-4. Now serving from wide the backhand. No shortage of innovation. Then the service is really, for me, I'm sorry, too long. Very, very difficult for KATO to block that. Oh dear. Japan looks intently forward. So the gap now to 3 points. Sun Yingsha 8-5 ahead. In there. KATO's not going to lie down. Great credit to this young lady. Deficit down to 1. Forehand across the diagonal. Takes the score to 9-7. KATO will not go away now. Only 1 point in arrears. And all the timeouts have gone. Both players have taken the timeout, and there we see the Korean team. They're bronze medalists. Clench of the fist takes the score to 10-8 in favour of Sun Yingsha. She has 2 game points. Moreover, she has 2 match points. So, KATO. 2 serves to come. Be brave, young lady. Intense Janssen. Funny, I'm sorry, that was gambling. Well, she got away with it. So 1 match point save. Can she save another? We had some sensational matches over the first 3-4 days of this tournament. Well, are we in for another? I wonder. Deep breath. And the backhand goes into the base of the net. There's a squeal of glee from Sun Yingsha. She takes the 4th game. She takes the 4th game 11-9. It is an early success for China. Janssen can be pleased. So shake hands with the coaches. And I think despite defeat, Takashi Watanabe can be very proud of Miyu Kato. She played in a brave fashion and showed varying degrees of innovation. And certainly has got a good attitude, a good spirit about the way she plays. So, of course, the order of play that you see on your screen now,